I was distracted on Discord and I wasn't starting this. How are you, Tiffy? Is this working? I put my microphone on a stand. Not a stand, really. I don't have a stand. I strapped it to a tripod. Oh my god. Because I realized that what's making, probably even what's been causing my cervicogenic headaches was forcing my posture here to lean over the microphone, because it has like a little stand and I put it on the desktop, but I have to lean over it too much and it forces my already bad posture. And it also makes me be too close to the screen. It's bad in every aspect. So now, since I don't have a stand, I just strapped it to a tripod and I can be in a better position and not force my cervical so much, and also I can be further from the screen. I don't have to lean into it so much. Yeah, I've been doing this fish guy that Ergol's gonna swim the meat. I wanted him to be basically a catfish, but also kind of like, I wanted to give it traits from like those weird scary fishes from the abyss. But in the end I just ended up making a kind of generic catfish. Goose, hey, I started on Monday, I think. I did some work on Wednesday and now I might be finishing him. I don't know. How are you? I also put a pillow in my freaking chair because I need lumbar support. I realized that streaming is one of the things that has been the worst for my posture. So today I don't even know. I'm not too happy with this fin. It gets kind of weird here and here. Yeah, I feel I'm not forcing my posture so much. It's insane how I didn't realize earlier. I just thought it was whatever, but I was bending into it, and that's probably what fucked up my cervicals and what caused the headache that I had for all of August. It's freaking insane. It scared me so much in the beginning because I didn't know what it was. I had it for like an entire week before I realized what it could be. It was just this really weird, intense headache that wouldn't go away. Until I found that it could be that. It could be a kind of a transfer of the cervical things, because it felt exactly the same. It's the same pattern, just half of the back of my head going back all the way and down to my eyebrow. Yeah, I never had anything quite like that, and I always had a bad posture, but it never necessarily caused me too much pain. I find it more painful trying to sit up straight than actually staying in the position my back wants to be in. But now suddenly it was so painful, and I was trying to figure out what it was. I guess it was just that. It's the one streaming and the setup that I had was what was forcing me into an even worse posture than my natural posture. So how are you guys? Any plans for the weekend or something? I don't know if I should try to make some kind of streaks in this fin as well, but it's kind of thin when you try to do detail on something that's like too skinny. It kind of transfers in a weird way to the other side. kind of wonky, and I would like to fix that a little bit. Also, it's kind of flat here. Oh, nice! I haven't been... Oh, cool! Belated happy birthday then. I haven't been... I feel like, because here we don't do daylight savings, so when America changed back, everything's like too late for me. I feel like I haven't seen you. I haven't been able to catch your streams lately because it's kind of too late for me. Nice shopping tour. What kind of shopping? Like just any particular plans, or just a day out in the city to see what's out there? Okay, I will check it out tonight. I feel like I feel like I haven't seen you in a while because it's kind of late for me. Last night I was watching Ergol and I fell asleep. KitchenAid, nice. I always wanted to try streaming at night someday, but I've never done it. This looks so funny without the lips. I wanted to... I wanted to separate the inside of the mouth. I wanted to turn it into a different poly group, and I forgot when I selected it. I don't know if it's worth it now. Yeah, I imagine the nighttime kind of thing probably has its own audience. But I feel like for art streams, I feel like people don't watch a lot of those at night. And my it would probably be kind of late for my regulars. So I never try it, but I always say that I'm gonna try streaming later at night. And now probably it's very early, but it's really I'm always just streaming on my spare time. I don't have much of a choice. But yeah, I could. The only other choice that I could have is streaming like late at night. And I'm finally doing some art again after like so many months. I haven't done like an actual character for this. I did my daily challenge in April, but for this thing I haven't done a character since like before that even. So it's been like almost a whole year. Not the whole year, but way too many months. And suddenly my views went down, which is not necessarily something that I super worry about too much, but I thought, I'm playing games just for the sake of streaming, or I'm streaming for the sake of streaming and I'm not doing anything useful, and nobody's watching, so I might as well do something that's really going to move my project forward. And if nobody watches, nobody watches, but at least I'm doing something that I need to get done. Yeah, I think the actual characters, I think I haven't done any since like March. Not even March, because March, I spent most of March I didn't stream during most of March, and then I didn't stream in April either because I did the challenge off stream. Yeah, that's also been a problem. I've taken too much time off. I think in August I didn't even plan to take most of the month off, and being less regular, I guess it's detrimental to the views, and I don't know. I mean, people probably already got the little there was to get from watching me. I don't know. I had different batches of regulars that came and went when I first played, like in December or something. When I first played the old Tomb Raiders, a lot of Tomb Raiders fans came along. They would raid me. They would watch, and then I switched for a while because I did play Tomb Raider again later. But for a while I switched to art, and all of those people disappeared. It's like a very changing landscape. A lot of those people even unfollowed me. A guy that was very supportive and was always rating me and was always watching, suddenly even unfollowed me and everything, just because I was doing some art for a change. It's like all very irregular, especially when I don't stick to one thing. I feel like there's a bit of a drought in general. I've seen less activity across the board. A lot of people that I watch, I don't take it personal. I'm not super worried about the numbers or anything. I did have a bit of an illusion at some point that perhaps this year getting like affiliate or something, but it's really weird. I check my, I don't know what kind of how Twitch calculates your average streamers. I think it kind of averages it with actual watch time, because I look at my stats on external websites, and it already tells me that I have the 3 average concurrent viewers, but Twitch doesn't seem to think so. And that's fine. What you gonna do? It is what it is, but it seems kind of unfair. I felt like I could have, like in September or October, especially in September, I think, I felt like I already was there, and Twitch didn't think so. What am I looking for? Polygroups, polygroups, here. Group masked. There we go. Now the inside of the mouth is a different group. Oh no, I didn't mask correctly this part. Is that correct? Now the mouth is its own group, and I can isolate it and do some stuff inside without the body getting in the way. I should have done this sooner. Polygroups is something that I don't take advantage of, and I should. I moved the eyes. They were like, because they were like up here, and it was kind of cuter. I also added the teeth for it to be less cute. Yeah, it's very, don't even worry, I'm not complaining. The last thing that I would do is putting the weight of that kind of thing on you guys that have been sustaining the stream. But it's like very, yeah, it's very weird what Twitch considers as an actual viewer and what doesn't. They tell you that if the stream is playing It doesn't even matter if it's even muted, or if it's in a different tab, or if it's something like that, you count. That's what they tell you, but I don't know if that's exactly what works, because I've done it myself, and I go back to the stream and I see that I'm not even in the list of chatters, and it's like it's completely, it's as if I wasn't there, basically. But Twitch tells you, oh, as long as it's muted, as long as it's playing, as long as it's not paused, even if it's in a different tab or anything like that, it shows, it counts as a view. Yeah, it's very weird. I don't know what Twitch is, what the actual metric and what the actual thing is, because they tell you one thing, but it's not really that. I don't know if I should start kind of painting this guy or something. Maybe the eye could be bigger or smaller or something to make it weirder or scarier or anything. Not that it has to be scary, but it doesn't have to look super friendly. Ergol is the size of the tail, basically, and this big guy shows up, and it is kind of scary in a way. In a similar way, the spider is scary. Well, the spider is meant to be scary. I don't know if I should. I did this down here, but maybe I should just keep a normal fin. I had made a normal fin. I think it's this one. Just that normal fin instead of crystals with a thing. I feel like it's too much and we're not really going to see it. Or I don't know if we're gonna see it. Because every other character that I've done has this kind of crystals on the back, but not in the belly. But this guy has to have a fin down here. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Twitch. A lot of external sites tell me that I already have the 3 average viewers, and Twitch doesn't seem to think so. Yeah. Yeah, I kinda liked it too. It also gives you the idea, in this kind of magic system, it gives you the idea that this guy is really powerful. It has more crystals. It's not even gonna talk or anything. I don't know if I should... Maybe I could make the eyes bigger or something. I already moved them, they were like up here. Would it work better if they were up here? I wanted to make... it's kind of derpy, but I feel like it makes him... It kind of dehumanized it and made it less cute when I moved the eyes down here. Oh, what did I do with the... Oh, the crystals. I didn't... There. Maybe these crystals could be a little bit thinner. Look a bit big. I need to start to do is some backgrounds also, but I'm so mystified of how the hell am I gonna make backgrounds for this. I mean, there are some 3D backgrounds that I can make. I could make some interiors, especially. Everything that's like forest and stuff like that, I don't know how the hell am I gonna do. And again, the idea that I had was make a kind of composition of some 3D elements, but in general I'd use everything from stock photography and footage to my own photographs and stuff like that, because I cannot make like a 3D forest unless I could suddenly master like Unreal or something like that, but it's not gonna happen. What? No. I think it looks better like that. It's not so big. They were like a bit too thick. Like this, they're a little bit more subtle. Especially this back one was too thick because I just copied one of these. This fin looks weirdly folded, and it kind of is. I guess it's kind of bent, it's kind of twisted in a way. But I don't want it to look like cartoony or anything. I'm not going for realism necessarily, but characters like this I don't want to look silly or cute or too cartoony. Yeah, believable and kind of consistent with the rest as well, because I'm kind of rusty because I haven't done any of these in a while, so I'm not even sure. I always say that my style is more about my limitations than about actual aesthetic choices, but I have to be kind of, it has to be like cohesive, they have to exist in the same world. I don't know why the tongue is still like very wide. But it's like a big mouth. I felt weird giving it like a little tongue. Anyway, with the shadows and whatever, it's hard to see inside of a mouth or even under Ergol's mushroom cap. Sometimes you cannot even see his eyes depending on the... Not that you cannot see it, but the shadow is really intense. I'm never too sure about the gems, but I feel like it's like an extra kind of thing. I don't know. I should look at some more references again. I've been going on this kind of tangent of doing what I think it needs, but I've stopped looking at references for a while, so I probably should go back and look at what the real guys should look like. Curve here needs to flow better. Is symmetry on? It's a bit too pinched here. Can I inflate it without fucking everything up? I think that's better. Trim elements not working. I don't know if there's like a cooldown or anything. Oh, there it is. I added some quotes the other day from the Wheel of Fortune stream. Yeah, I don't remember either. I think it's one of the first ones. Okay, take your time, stream elements. I don't even know what that one is about. Has to be 5 then? There it is. The Peeing Odyssey. I don't remember how many we have. Oh, I wanted to try making the eye bigger just in case, but I don't think that might make it cuter. Oh, that was my favorite people are not my favorite people are not my family. It was my reply to the Duolingo family plan. It was the ad for the Duolingo family plan, and it told me add all your favorite people or something like that, and it's either my favorite people or my family. And I was just kidding. I don't hate my family. I just don't have a wonderful relationship with a lot of them. I don't even have much of a relationship with my father's side. With all we have left is my mother's sister's side. And they kinda suck sometimes. Oh my god. It's not a hammerhead shark. No, this is gonna make him disappear. It's not penis, that's one of that's one of the Wheel of Fortune ones. It's not penis, right, coach? Clipped it. That was fun, we should play. I don't know Wheel of Fortune necessarily again, but something like that again. I got so mad about the Liam Neeson thing. True, huh? Family Feud could be fun. And we can play it, we can even play the Google version. No, I don't think this looks better. Why is it? Can I decrease? No, decrease the freaking thing and relax this area? Why is it? Okay, beep. Maybe I could turn that also into a different polygroup? Question mark. Should I do it? Where are we? Polygroups. Group masked. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that anyway. I just wanted to try bigger eyes. Let's put the actual eyeball in place. The actual ocular globe. Why this created all this garbage? Well, I guess I moved it, and that squeezed the geometry here. Problem with this soften here. Oh, freaking OBS! I have to keep watching. The other day, it had like a weird compression error that just killed the stream, and on Monday it got disconnected as well. Freaking OBS keeps fucking me up, and I keep forgetting that I should keep an eye on it. Instead of more than being on actual Twitch, I have to be on OBS. Gaming? Hello. Not sure how you pronounce it. Did you change your username? Guy or Skay? I was going to make like, hey, gaming. Okay. I was going to take a screen grab for a second. And shot of that. I'm gonna save this as an alternative, but just in case I'm gonna undo the whole eye thing. Just to see which one was better. Thank you. I wanted to do some new characters. It's been a while since I've done some characters for this one project of mine. I think the smaller eye works better. The bigger eye makes it kind of cute, which was not the point. But Sonny, thank you for following. Wow, that's a lot of emotes on the screen. How are you? What am I doing? Right, the eye. I think I'm not gonna keep this one with the eye. Let's just save this one. I don't know if I should maybe inflate the kind of lip whiskers a bit, make it bigger, or make it smaller, or make it... What am I doing exactly? Inflate here. Right, that inflates the tip. I'm gonna have to make it thinner again. I don't know if it's too thin this way, or it could be thinner. Maybe it could be even thinner. I should check some references again. I haven't been looking at my reference images. Bango Bacon, hello. How are you? Thank you for following. Where are you guys coming from? Haven't had any new followers in a while, I feel like, and now there's a bunch of you? Where are you guys coming from? Yeah, I started on Monday. I did a little work on him on Wednesday, and I might finish him today. It's like it's a character that it's not gonna have a lot of screen time on this thing that I'm doing. It's going to appear in a kind of a montage. I don't have. I've been doing some characters for like kind of an animated thing that I'm trying to do. Not fully animated. It's more like an animatic. And I haven't done any new characters in a while. I think like in March was the last one that I did. Then I started streaming other stuff. And now I'm finally going back and doing some more characters. The last characters that I need. There's this fish, there's another character that's like an elk. I wanted to do some kind of an eagle or an owl. I've done some other characters. I don't know how to show you. I think I have like a playlist of that. Give me a second. And I'll show you other characters that I have. Now here I'm back. I just wanted to switch the thing. This is the other characters that I've done. This is a protagonist. Animals that I've done for this. I'm very slowly working on this, but I did like a bunch of characters. I already have like 10 characters. I should start doing some of the actual scenes. I don't even remember. This guy, I did it also on stream. I think it was like maybe 7 or 8 streams of like 4 hours each, or 3.5 hours each. I don't remember because this was at the beginning of the year. This, I kind of want to redo the legs. I'm not very happy with the legs. This is the only human character that I've done so far for this. And I have to make another one. This is a bat kind of character. They all have these magic crystals in the back because they're like magical creatures for this fantasy thing. This one I want to make some changes to this one. This is the only vegetal kind of characters. All the rest are animals and some humans. This is a scarecrow. That's not really a character, but I had to do it. It's kind of made on the image of the protagonist. This is a snail that also appears for a very short time. Like the fish I'm doing now, it's part of a montage. And this is a mole also that should appear also for a very brief scene. Thank you. I'm like self-taught. I sometimes don't even know what I'm doing. This I'm not like a professional or anything. This is kind of, I think this is the last character that I made until now that I'm doing the fish. Yeah, we're back at the protagonist guy. I'm slowly working on that, and I was saying that I have to make some backgrounds, and I'm really not great at backgrounds. I haven't made any of the actual, I only made those turntables to see what they look like 360 degrees, but I haven't made any actual animations yet with these characters. Again, it's not like full, these are 3D characters, but it's not gonna be like fully 3D animation, because that's a whole other animal that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do rigging and animating. It's going to be a mixture of 2D and 3D, which is what I can do right now. But I'm happy because I finally can do something. I always wanted to tell stories, I went to film school, I didn't graduate, I never really made anything. But I always had this itch for telling stories and doing things, but of course live action is expensive and complicated and it takes a lot of people. And animation I could never do before because I cannot draw, I cannot really animate. I can do this 3D thingies, but I cannot really animate in 3D, so it was all like a dead end. But now I found this way of combining some techniques and making some kind of rudimentary animatics. That's what this project is gonna be like. Maybe after I finish this guy I should start working on some backgrounds, because I don't have anything. That's also why I haven't really made any animation so far, because I'm not gonna have any backgrounds yet. I could go for a cheeseburger too. I'm kind of full really. I had like a potato omelette. Not so much of an omelette. It was more of a scramble. Mashi, hey. How are you? How is everyone? Is followers only on? Yes. Sometimes I don't know if I should turn off followers only. But I got too many spammers, so I resorted to followers only. I hope that's not discouraging for people, but there's such a huge spammer problem nowadays. But the thing is that if they want to spam, they will follow you just to spam anyway, so I don't know if followers only does anything. Yeah, I don't know. Again, if they want to spam, they will follow you just to spam, and you have to kick them anyway. So it's not like it's a great filter, but Just in case, I'm kind of used to keeping it on. I don't know if the tail, we should be able to see the tail. If it comes swimming forward at you, it's gonna be like that, but maybe I can make a three-dimensional version of the tail kind of wagging behind, so I can combine 2D with 3D. I don't know if we're gonna even make a shot like that, but... Yeah, I think it's B-A-N-E. I should look for references again. I keep saying it and I'm not doing it. I don't know if I should give it scales or kind of like a texture of scales. I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass if I tried. I tried something the other day with applying this texture. Where is it? It's not actual texture, it's in noises, I think, here. Not in this color, but this kind of thing. It looks a bit too uniform. And maybe too big, but it beats having to place pins like manually one by one. That would be a pain in the ass. Probably this, for this I should mask out too. Maybe even the tail. I tried this before and it didn't quite work, so I don't know why I'm insisting with this, but it would be like an easy way to give it some kind of texture without having to place individual scales. Yeah, especially without the lips as well. And without the teeth. I think the teeth were a good addition. Make them less cute, less derpy. I was trying to apply this thing the other day and it... Where was it? This. Okay, I don't know why it shouldn't apply in the masked area, and it's completely wrong. The orientation. Where the hell is it? Noise. It's called noise here, but here in the tools it's something as its surface. Is that what it is? Yes. I think this angle I have to change. No, that's not how the scales should go, but anyway. Why? Okay. That's very weird. Yeah, this doesn't project correctly. Also, why is there so much noise? I just want... Can I reduce the noise? Oh my god. Can we rotate the... Why? Oh. That's not how I wanted to wrap, but it shouldn't... I masked out the face so it wouldn't apply this to the face. Where... What's the angle that I'm... Okay, not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, this is one, okay. Should be 180. And the scale... The actual scale of the scales should be smaller, but that's a problem. It ends up looking a bit too uniform. And it doesn't wrap well around the belly or around the top. I don't know how... Should I make like a cylindric UV so it wraps around better? But again, it shouldn't apply to... How the hell do I make it not apply on the masked areas? Is that a thing? Can I say this? How can I... Magnify by mask. What the hell does that mean? Oh. But no, that's not what I want. I just wanted it to not apply on the masked areas. Is that a thing? Can I do that? No, it still applies it here. Why? This is a strength, but in the general strength. What does this do? There's no help for this? Where do you generally hover on something and it shows you what it does? What do you mean by alpha on off? Oh, okay. So this is based on alphas? Why can't I... What is this doing? How the hell do I make it avoid the masked area? Is a question. It used to be a thing, wasn't it? Let's say we apply this. Oh no, it's warping. Why is it not centered here, the seams here? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I think it's not worth it. A, because I'm not applying it correctly, and B, because if I try to apply it as it is without the color, I don't care about the color also. If I applied it to the mesh in this resolution, what would happen? Oh, it's inverted. That's why it also looks weird. Why is it acting like that instead of... That's very weird. I did apply it to a face too. Why is it applying to a masked area? It's an interesting look, but that's not how scales work. Why is it inverted? And why is it... Once I apply it to the thing, why is it projecting much further than this preview? Should I invert the thing? How the hell do I... Maybe with a negative strength? Oh, there we go. That's more like it. With a negative strength, we say okay here and we apply here. It's probably gonna fuck it up too, but it's... That's more like it. Yeah, that was a very weird thing. Still not gonna work. Oh, no. Fuck. What did I do? It's not gonna work because there's so much about this that's already not working, but let's try. Oh no. Okay. Okay, this I can use. This masking based on the noise. It's still a pain in the ass, but it could help me like apply, or maybe draw the scales manually following this pattern. It would still be a pain in the ass, but because let's save this in case I cannot bring it back. But if we apply this image now, I hate, why is it applying it on the masked area? Anyway, but if we do this and we relax the actual mesh, where are we? Here. If we relax here for the edges not to be sharp and weirdly like pixelated, because it's an actual. It's like an actual bitmap that's being applied. But again, this would be ideal if it wasn't applying to the masked areas. Why is it applying to the masked areas? Why is it taking so long to relax? I should have polished instead. Can I abort? Abort, don't crash. Oh crap, don't crash. I feel like it would make a lot of sense if he had scales, but... Don't crash. Did it relax? No. I don't know if it did. I can soften with just a... soften tool. Soften brush. Maybe I can keep some of these and try to... Jesus Christ. Try to soften out the areas where it's applied, like here in the belly, that's completely warped. But also, why is it not symmetrical? The seam should be here in the middle. Why is it all the way there? This freaking thing, why won't you do what you're expected to? Oh, this is causing some weird little spikes here that shouldn't be there. Why is that even happening? Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work, but maybe what I did, applying it as a mask. Maybe... Wait, maybe I can... create a layer for the mask before applying it. It could be... You know, I have no idea how layers work on ZBrush. Which... It's right here, and I never tried them, I never used them. I should learn that shit. It's like polygroups. I very rarely take advantage of polygroups. And only this year, after how many years? Only this year, when I did my challenge in April, I started taking advantage of polygroups more. But it's like a thing that I'm like very aware of, and it's like very basic of ZBrush, and I never really used it. Thank you. That might make sense. The problem is I don't know how to use layers. It's something I definitely should learn. Layers and nanomeshes, that's right here, are like two very basic things that here they have their own subgroup of tools. Are things that I absolutely don't know how to use, and I should learn. And I always tell myself that I should, and I never do. But maybe here, if I make a UV map. If I make a UV map, a cylindric one. Oh god. Okay, fine, let's subdivide to lowest. Let's apply a cylindric one. Shouldn't that apply to the... Shouldn't that apply to the surface thing? Oh my god. What the hell? Let's go back to the basic noise like that. It's suddenly a Beetlejuice fish. If I apply it to the UV, it should be symmetrical. Why it's not stitching correctly here either? It's not okay in the bottom either. Why? Just why? Why the symmetry not there at all? Why the stitches are not in the center? They're displaced all the way there. Can I move that somehow? Is there some value here that's freaking... Oh, that's an offset, but it's not moving anything really. It's not moving the seams. How? Why is this 76 and not... never mind, but... Shouldn't I be able to... Oh my god, stop. Why is that doing nothing? What the hell is happening? I have used this kind of thing before, and this never happened to me. Especially, I think I used to be able to apply it to masked areas. What should I do? Should I just hide the masked part so it won't apply to them? If I do that, I hide the freaking masked areas, and what am I group masked? If I do this, but still it's gonna be off-centered. I don't know why. I don't know why the stitches are not in the center of a model. It's and I don't know how to move it. If I do that, but it's still not applying. Why is the center there when it should be like here? How do I move that, for fuck's sake? What is this? Focal shift. Oh, offset. Is there like a... No. Oh my god, what is this doing? Noise. Tile. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, that's for the thing here. No. Why the actual fuck isn't aligning? Why is it? How do I move that? For fuck's sake! There's an offset here, and it's not doing anything. This offset, it's just changing the pattern. It's moving the pattern around, but it's not moving how the pattern applies. How do I move? Can I get rid of the noise? It's like here. Oh no. I don't know what that does. God damn it. What does this even do? I think it has to do with the application. This moves the thing and makes it ripple in a weird way, but again, the fucking center, how? Oh no. Fuck. Does this at least... Oh, that seems to have centered it. But I need... Wait. I need for the angle. Is that centered? No, that displays it again. What the hell is happening? Is this a side? Why is it now? Why now the seam is on the sides?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Oh my freaking god. No. Oh, this is what it was? Why was this on... I need this to rotate. Okay. Is this the actual way to apply this fucking thing? Why are we still here? Is this symmetrical now? It has no head. It has no face because I don't want it to apply to the face and the... Okay, at least now the seams are in the belly, in the center. How do I... This I can fix with the offset now. I had to hide the face because I don't want the scales to apply to the face. But I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest. But let's try it. Question mark. Okay, that applied in a very low resolution, and it's causing some weird spikes here and there. Are we on the highest? Oh no. Are we on the highest subdivision? Okay, now apply. What is it? Surface? Surface. Apply the mesh. Why is it making those weird spikes? For God's sake. That's an interesting byproduct of this, but it's not what I intended. Why on earth is it causing those weird spikes? I didn't have that problem before. Now that I'm finally applying the scales in the correct direction and orientation of everything. Now I suddenly have some weird spikes that I don't know what they are. What the crap is happening? Can I polish this? They're gonna crash. Don't crash. Polish. Did that reduce the spikes? Okay, it looks like it did. Because they were like single polygons sticking out, so that softened them. The problem is that it reduced the body so much. Can I inflate it to make it go back to its kind of normal level? That also kind of inflates the scales in a way. Scales up here look like they are indeed weirdly stretched out, but maybe I can use this. Can I polish again? Why these things became like this weird spheres in here? Oh no, that... At least I'm kind of approaching what I intended. It kind of broke a lot of things, this whole edge that I have to create. But this is kind of like the look that I was going for, without having to make individual scales by hand one by one. Because I was probably never going to match the actual size and position and distance between them. And oh no. Let's go back, not that much. Let's reduce the freaking thing, and let's polish now with this. A very soft polish. There we go. That's more like it. Maybe relax now. You're not gonna crash, are you? Why freaking relax? It's the least relaxing thing in the world. I might have to retouch individually these weird spikes that still remain, but I think the rest is doable. We can work with this, as opposed to my first attempt. This could be something, and then for this warped one, this warped scales on the back and the belly, maybe I can just blur them out and make them like they just kind of disappear, and the surface gets more smooth. I think the actual... What the hell just happened? That's not what I was going for. Thank you, relax. You didn't relax anything. Yeah, failure is always an option. Can we center this? Is this centered? Why does this not feel centered? Okay, it is centered. It was just a camera. Maybe I should just inflate, maybe in a lower resolution. And again, why the fuck does it cause those weird spikes in the higher resolution? Should I freaking... Okay, fine, I will polish? I will polish in this resolution so those spikes will go away, otherwise they remain on the highest resolution. Well, it is true, failure is always around the corner and a very real possibility, right? From a little tool to anything else. Shit can go wrong and possibly will. If I lower the resolution and if I erased, for example, or if I smooth out, I think I should. What? I think I should fuck. No, I think I should change the. No, it's just the smooth valleys. If I smooth out. Oh, symmetry is not on. Now with symmetry, if I smooth out this belly. I was going to say I think I should change the brush. I fucked up and I said fuck. I came out as I think I should fuck. B, no, I should change the smooth here. If I smooth out the belly and then I go back to the higher resolution, is it gonna be smooth? Are you gonna do what I want you to do, freaking ZBrush, or are you gonna fuck with me again? Now, if I subdivide this, okay, yeah, it's not really working, but I should be able to do something like this and smooth out the belly and the actual if I smooth out this belly. I feel like my belly is not gonna be flat again, like, for as long as I live. It's not gonna transfer. If I subdivide, well, it's softer, I guess. Let me... God damn it, why? I just softened you. Why are you back? Why is symmetry back off? Why are you doing this to me? I should... This should work. Famous last words. This should work. Look at that, if I subdivide again, it's still freaking there, but it's easier to smooth now. Symmetry. I forgot that we had counters. I'm like, what the hell is that command? I'm not much of a spicy foods guy. And there's not much of a bad with that. I feel like we don't even have like... Well, there are some in the actual city, at the actual capital, but here you cannot even get like Mexican food or anything. Our fast food is just hot dogs and burgers. Nothing too... Nothing that interesting. Certainly nothing kind of exotic. There are some options at the city, but in my little town, you can barely get a fucking pizza if you want to. There's been and with all this recession and shit, we don't even have... There's a couple of hot dog places that went out of business. Oh boy. That should be intense. I'm gonna save this as a different file just in case, since I finally made some progress with this. That's kind of a problem. It gets too freaking what is the word I'm looking for? Too uniform. And maybe the scales towards the tail should be smaller and that kind of thing, but if I had to do that manually, I would cry. How long am I gonna spend making individual fucking scales? I kinda did that with some part of a turtle and it was a pain in the ass that I had to do and redo several times. Let's try not to cry, yes. That's our motto. Can I invert here and make this thinner here? I feel like maybe I can inflate here, maybe I can soften here this a bit and maybe I can inflate it too much. Oh my god, what the hell is that? It's a problem that this costs some garbage here, some reminder of these weird spikes remain here and also get inflated when I try to inflate the scales around it. Causing this weird kind of spheres. Why did that happen? I guess I'm going to have to adjust manually some things, but this beats having to do the scales one by one. The problem is I'm fixing it in this resolution. If I go back to the higher one, some shit is gonna be back, or it's gonna be still there. Is this gonna work this way? I'm gonna have to soften this entire seam here that was created by trying to avoid applying the scale shit to the face. Scales to form the entire body. I have to redo the positioning here of the crystals. This kind of thing, it got all warped by the scales. And some crap here in the tail. This part ended up being thicker. Is symmetry on, for crap's sake? Yes, it is. I don't know, I was thinking I might finish this guy today, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. That's the problem. I think this used to be better. You smooth out something in a lower resolution and it should be smoother in the highest one again, but here I'm having to redo it at every level of subdivision. But well, I think now it kind of matches. This seam is gonna be shit. At least I'm kind of happy with him having some texture. It was too damn smooth. Again, if I had to apply individual scales. Now I'm thinking they're too big for what should be a huge fish. The scales should be smaller for the illusion of... I'm not gonna go all the way back to a smooth fish to try smaller scales, especially because smaller scales are going to require higher subdivision level. Or they're gonna look like crap, they're gonna be a complete mess. I think this is a good side for this subdivision and for this density of mesh. If not really visually for the illusion of size, but I don't know. This, I keep smoothing it out and it keeps coming back. Why do you do that to me? Am I gonna have to... I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice all the lower levels and then recreate the subdivision. Because I smoothed this out, I changed the subdivision levels, I come back here and it's still there. This fucking thing. I don't know if it's gonna let me do this while the mask is applied. Because I keep going back and up, down and back up in resolutions, and this thing that I had just smoothed out is back again. But it's so not what I want. This freaking spikes. Can you not stick out like that, you weird thing? You weird artifact that shouldn't have happened. I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice the lower levels and then try to recreate them with reconstruct them. Otherwise I'm gonna be back and forth, undoing and redoing things, only for them to keep up appearing when I subdivide again. Let's save and freaking things. It's so obvious here that the scales just warp. Maybe I should blur them out even more. That's the kind of thing that professionals see immediately, and they will point at me and laugh for how stupidly I applied such an obvious technique in such a bad way. Fuck them anyway. 3D bros have shown their ugliest side to me for years, including the guy that came here to pretty much bully me. It was very friendly in the beginning and then it turned into a troll. Anyway, now let's save and delete all of the lowest subdivision. Now let's try to reconstruct it That might work. Well, one more maybe. That's what we had in the beginning. Now if I do something on this level... Yeah, I'm learning, but I mean, I've been doing this for like nearly a decade, and there are things that I still do wrong, and I don't know. I feel like I peaked already, and of course there are things that I could still learn, but I don't know, I have like a lazy thing about learning something. It's like we were talking about with layers and with nanomesh and a lot of tools that I don't know how to use them, and in all these years I never learned. Yeah, catching up with everything is also hard, but I'm also kind of lazy, probably. There are things I could have learned in all these years. I should have. I did subdivide this, okay. So it is... I can get rid of the mask. I wish there was a way to save the mask. So you could remove it and then apply it again. Wait, there is... Is there such a thing? I think there's like a visual way to remove it, but it's still there. If I remove... I just remove viewing the mask, but not... The mask is still there. I wish I could save it somehow so I could load it back on when I need it. But, well, I guess I can, because what I can do is always use the polygroups. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I could do this probably with smooth valleys. Am I doing this with a normal smooth? Oh, that would be, yeah. Yeah, that's probably the use for layers. I don't even know why it's like... It's one of those things that I never learned. And there's a few things that I did learn and I didn't really incorporate to my sort of workflow, and I don't even know what it is. There's some comfort in just doing the few things that I always do, and a lazy kind of comfort. Now if I subdivide, everything's gonna reappear again. Okay, yeah, it's exactly the problem we had before, but I think at least it should be easier to smooth out again when it was a much sharper thing here before. We might have to do the thing of discarding the lower resolutions again and recreate them again after this pass. At least this is a little bit more smooth, but I don't know why there's this weird little wrinkles here. It's probably the inflating that I did. Maybe I can, if I smooth out the entire thing, maybe I should deflate it. Oh, smoothing kind of works. I don't mind, well, it's creating some weird wrinkles. Some kind of texture I don't mind. It makes it a bit more organic. Some of these scales here are like weirdly tight. I don't even know. is here in the back. I don't know if I... Yeah, it looks like it's smiling without the teeth, without the lips. Here, I should probably soften this weird scales to smooth out more this, because it looks like precisely what happened. I didn't wrap around the texture of the scales correctly, so here they are stitching in a weird warpy way. I should just maybe smooth them out. There's also the fins that are kind of... Maybe that's too smooth. The fins kind of break. This should be lower now that I moved. Not that I moved anything, but now that the body shrunk a little bit when I applied the scales. So I should adjust these freaking fins. Especially this. I want it to look like it's floating. I think it might work. I wasn't happy with it being completely smooth, even when actual catfish kinda are smooth. They don't have big scales, but this is a fucking fantasy fish with breaking crystals in the back, and if it could talk, it would talk, but it doesn't have any dialogue. It's practically a talking fish. Maybe I can pinch back a little bit instead of this. What the hell am I trying to do? Where's the pinch brush? The problem with the pinch, the actual pinch here, is that it deforms a lot, but yeah, Jesus Christ, that's not what I intended. Something like that, but without that much intensity. Probably I shouldn't apply it to the tail, just here in the back. That's flattening. Yeah, that's deforming too much. Why? This is freaking brush do that. The actual pinch brush in Sculptris is so much better. It doesn't deform the shit out of everything. Maybe I should mask, especially here, the gills. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to smooth out this part too much. I just want to smooth. The part where the fin with where the scales begin. But this I wanted to stay kind of sharp. Let's save before it crashes and we have to cry. My back is so freaking... It's kind of warm because I put also to try to improve my posture and try to be more comfortable, I put a pillow in my back in the chair because I have like no lumbar support. It's kind of warm and the pillow is kind of hot, or it makes my back feel... Today it's particularly hot. We are having... It hasn't come down to the valley yet. It might be in high altitude, but today we have that hot wind that we tend to have in this area that causes so much heat. So far, at least in this area, it hasn't caused anything, but the temperature has gone up considerably. So it is kind of warm. It's freaking OBS. I touched the... Is it working now? I touched the capture thing to see if it was too hot, and I think that fucked it up. It happened before too. Freaking OBS. Well, I can't blame always OBS. It's the capture thing. Thank you for telling me. I didn't notice before, and Goose thought it was his fault. Because it happens to him on mobile sometimes. So I didn't realize before. And it keeps happening. I cannot even touch the thing. That it kind of disconnects the capture thing. That's also why I wish I was, well, it has nothing to do with anything. This was my fault and the capture thing's fault, but that's that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be affiliate, was to have transcoding, so people could watch in different qualities and adjust to what they needed. A lot of people tell me that on mobile they cannot watch. Or unless they're like in their home Wi-Fi, nothing works. It's what used to happen with Lucky, for example. What the hell am I doing? Let's lower the intensity here and let's try to inflate, and let's try to flatten again. I don't know, again, I feel like YouTube works perfectly if you try to stream, if you try to watch, if you try to do anything, but Twitch is so lame. It has one job and it does it so poorly. Probably shouldn't even try to stream on YouTube, but probably it would go a lot smoother. No, but I mean, watching live on YouTube. When I watch, even when I didn't have my optic fiber thing, I could watch full HD streaming on YouTube, and I couldn't hear. It's like so lame. It's your one job. Twitch, do it right. You have one job. Well, this is creating a crease here. I sometimes think about trying to stream on actual YouTube where I have a lot more followers, because I've had my channel for so many years. I don't get a lot of views on anything that I post, but I do have a lot more followers, but I don't think that would translate to actual views or anything. But it is a possibility someday maybe I could go live on YouTube just to see what happens. I don't know if it's weird that the scales end here the way they do. I don't know if maybe I should soften them in general near the face. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think sometimes, but I always say I'm gonna try streaming here later at night, or I'm maybe gonna try YouTube, but anything. It's not like anything I do for views, but it would be useful here to be like affiliate or something. I'm not sure how multi-streaming works. Can you do it with like a third-party thing that sends? Because I don't think I can simultaneously locally stream to like both. Maybe I should look into that. That's maybe more doable than randomly streaming on a different platform one day. Yeah, I should look into that, probably. I don't know how it works, but maybe that would make some sense. Maybe try that someday and be live on both simultaneously, instead of trying to migrate or anything that might make no sense. This still has some kind of weird crease that I don't want. How do I make this smoother without flattening it? Smooth brush sometimes causes more shit than it solves. Instead of making things smooth, it really kind of makes them flat all around. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's something. It's what we have. This has ended up, the scales here have created so much garbage around the thing here, around the crystals. Maybe I should, am I in the highest? Oh, I'm not even in the highest. Crap, what's gonna happen if I should have done this in the highest resolution, but well, maybe I can delete both higher and lower, and then when I'm done try to recreate the lower ones and subdivide for a higher one again, because it's really shitty how I do some work in some resolution and it doesn't translate to the others. All the crap that I worked on is back when I subdivide again. Me when I'm not in the highest. Yeah, I don't know why. At what point did I go back to 4 instead of 5? I guess 5 was too dense and the softening tool wasn't doing much. I think that's why I went back to a lower one, the lower resolution. We can always subdivide again. The masking and the freaking texturing has created some weird creases here that should not be here. But well, at least now we have scales. It's taking a lot of time to clean them up and undo all the crap that they caused, but it still beats having to apply scales one by one. That would have been a fucking pain. I need to make some backgrounds. Maybe after this guy's done, I'm gonna do some backgrounds, or I'm gonna work on some of the towers. I should finish the map, which is pretty much done. But I had to do what used to be the human village. But I'm really conflicted about what the style should be. Defi, you suggested this kind of formation, this round formation, and I like that, but I don't know how European should I go, I mean, it should be European. I'm going kind of European for the rest of the things, but I don't know what kind of period should it be. And it's also an abandoned city, and it's also the one human city in the center of the area of influence of the three towers, the epicenter of all of the magic in this world. So I feel like it should be special, but at the same time it shouldn't be like a big metropolis. I'm really conflicted on what it should look like, so that's why I never finished the map. Yeah, just Manhattan in the freaking center of the triangle of the towers. Because I'm really conflicted, because it shouldn't be too big. It's something that humans have left behind after what happens with the magic and the three towers, and after Ergol's master and Astrid's mother died and everything, humans became suspicious and distrustful and scared of magic. They just abandoned this place and they left it behind, and became sort of nomads or something. So I feel like it should be somewhat primitive, but at the same time it was the epicenter of this entire magic area. It's the screenplay for the animated thing, kind of animated thing that I'm doing these characters for. More of an animatic thing. But yeah, it's written, but some visual details are not there yet, because I'm not really convinced. Yeah, I'm happy to be working on this finally. as I was telling some of the new followers before, I'm a film school dropout. Not, well, yeah, I am a dropout. I didn't graduate, I didn't complete the thing. I always had this itch, this unfulfilled thing for telling stories and all of that stuff. But yeah, live action requires a lot of people and a lot of resources that I don't have. Animation I couldn't do before, and I technically cannot do it now. That's why I'm doing some kind of hybrid animatic kind of thing. But yeah, I'm finally kind of scratching that itch of telling my own stories with my own little characters, with my own sort of thing that I couldn't before. Yeah, especially since it's just me, and I'm not a professional, and I'm attempting something that I had never done before, and I've been taking too many breaks. Again, this is like the first character that I'm doing since like March or something. I haven't done much for this thing for the whole year. So it's more about trying to stay motivated and trying to stay inspired or whatnot. And yeah, patience is everything. Everything takes time. Everything is very iterative sometimes. I haven't really, well, except with some characters. With some characters I had to redo some things that I wasn't happy with. With the spiders, I'm still not happy with the legs. I might redo them. So that's been some kind of setbacks that I had. But it's been kind of fine. It's been fine, and it's been great that this year it's really been. I've really begun working on it, and thanks to streaming, really. Streaming has given me more of a sense of purpose and the need for a schedule and the need for consistency and that kind of thing. If it wasn't for streaming, I wouldn't have done like I made like 10 characters already. So that's why I want to, even when sometimes I'm just talking to myself, and streaming has been really instrumental. And that's also why I'm happy to bring back the art streams. I haven't really done one in a while. But I was so completely demotivated, but I also had the freaking cervicogenic headache for all of October, and I was like, my mind was just elsewhere. This is so... I don't know if I can do something to squeeze the top a little bit. There's like a skew... There's an actual squeeze tool, right? Let's save, and maybe I can... yeah. Maybe I can... try to use that to squeeze this together and not... On what axis should I squeeze? Okay, that's completely that's completely wrong. That's kind of funny for the shape. Maybe I should try something like that for the entire shape. Initially I was going for the proportions of, again, one of those deep sea freaky fishes, but I ended up making them longer and more like an actual catfish. But if I merge, how do I do this? Merge visible. That creates a whole subtool here, and maybe we can, with the deformation. Well, that's why. That's stretching the tail too much, but it might do something to the rest of it, the rest of the shape that I could use, and that's bending the crystals. That's something that probably I shouldn't apply to the whole thing, but maybe that's something that the shape could actually use. Be a little bit more something. Maybe a flatter face, that's deforming the eyes, but maybe it's something that it needs. Maybe that's too flat, but something like that. I kinda like it and I kinda don't. It's the kind of thing that I feel like makes it kinda cute again. But it's not what I was going for. There's taper as well. What will the taper tool will do? Well, that's too much, but maybe a little bit of that kind of works. Or maybe in a different direction, like taper it. Not like that, not too much, not that much, but maybe a little bit like this. Maybe it gives it a kind of a more dynamic shape. Not what I was going for. Which one was that? Maybe this is a bit too much because it stretched the tail in a weird direction, but it gives a kind of movement to what maybe was a bit too static. Makes it a bit more dynamic, especially considering how the okay, thank you for the clip. Maybe I can do something with the scales too. Maybe I can skew it a little bit. When we go back here, there is skew in the sea. Okay, it does like a. I was not expecting that. I thought that breaks it completely. There's a soft skew, a bend kind of skew. I don't want to bend the crystals, but Something again, maybe I should exclude the crystals. I don't want to bend like that, but maybe something like this makes the shape a bit more dynamic again. I kind of like that. Again, I wouldn't apply it to everything. Maybe the crystals on this fin and I kind of like that. I don't know if it's just me, you know, also kind of disguises a little bit the uniformity of the scales, stretching them back in that way. Maybe I should try something kind of like this, but let's mask out everything that we don't want to have this applied to. What? Why? Anyway. Why are these parts the same subgroup? God knows what that is about. Probably the gems. Oh no. They're split in pairs, okay. I don't know what the implications are of, oh no, of this fish being particularly powerful. Would be. Because I wasn't going for him necessarily being a big deal. He has he doesn't even have any lines. He doesn't have like dialogue with Ergol. But now he's gonna show, and he has almost most crystals than anyone else. Not the turtle. The turtle is like loaded with, especially with the little gems in the shell and all of that. The turtle is supposed to be the most powerful one. But this guy is kind of more powerful than the average. Yeah, he's kind of an unsuspected. And he's meant to be kind of scary. I mean, Ergol just dives in the water and makes some kind of call, and he is like, he's the size of the tail fins, and this big guy shows up and looks like he could swallow him, and of course he's not gonna. But it's meant to be kind of to appear kind of scary. But then he's also extra powerful. What does that mean? Is symmetry on? No, of course it's not. Unless I removed some crystals, but symmetry. Unless I could remove maybe some gems, but I like the crystals the way we've done them, like this in this dorsal fin and this ventral fin. I wouldn't want to remove anything. I'm not super happy with it. Yeah. I can't even touch the thing. You know what it is? It's not even the capture thing. It's the fucking USB port in the laptop. They are so busted. This laptop, my god, is such a piece of shit. I'm never buying Lenovo again. I'm never buying anything again, because if this one breaks, I don't know how the fuck am I gonna afford another one. But Almost instantly, the charger broke. The hard drive infamously broke on December of 2022 and I lost everything I had. The USB ports are broken. The plug of the charger broke. The actual hinge is a very hard metallic thing, but it exerts a lot of force against a very flimsy plastic thing, so that broke. The hinge is broken and I cannot close it. Everything sucks about this fucking thing. My god, it's doing the job, but just barely. What a fucking piece of shit this poor little laptop is. My god. I can't even touch the thing. But again, yeah, it's not I touched the capture thing to see if it was overheating or something, but it's that. It's not it, it's the fact that I'm touching it and the USB port. It's so flimsy that it happens to me with the external hard drives and all of that. I cannot even touch it if I'm transferring something, or it will fucking disconnect and the transfer will be fucked. And the file might end up corrupted in the hard drive in a way that I cannot even remove it. I cannot overwrite it. I cannot do anything. It causes so much crap. This fucking laptop. My god. So what I was going to do is this kind of skew, obviously not this extreme, but oh, this looks kind of like a salmon or something. What are those that have like a big ugly face like that, kind of flat, kind of bulbous? No, what I wanted to do was smooth bend a little. No. Not that. Oh no, not like that. Not like this. On the Z-axis, right? Oh no, it was smooth skew. That's what it was. Yeah, I got flounderish. Something kind of like that, not too extreme, but it's especially great to break the uniformity of the scales. That alone does a little bit for that, and I'd have to rearrange some things, but maybe... no. Maybe let's do like a 25? 25? Is that too much? I feel like it makes it, again, more dynamic as well. As opposed to this. Exactly here you can see how the scales align, but here it breaks a little bit. I think I like it this way. I have to adjust some thingies, but I think that could work. I very rarely do this kind of thing, like apply a deformation to the entire model, but in this case I feel like it could work, especially to make it more seemingly water dynamic, more streamlined in a way. It was looking too still. Streamlined. Maybe I could bring back a little bit of... oh no. Well, maybe I can split. Let's say... oh no. Oh no. What the hell just happened? My screen went blank too. Is it the capture thing? Can you hear me? Okay, we're back, I think, I hope. I think that's what it was. It's a very dense mesh. And hi YouTube. And the fact that I duplicated to apply this deformation on it. Now I deleted the other one and I saved it as a different file. I think that's what it was. So let's go back to where we were. I can hear some echo because my headphones are plugged. I'm not wearing them, but they're still plugged in and I can hear myself in there. What were we doing? Was it skew? It wasn't bend. Right, the soft bend does weird things. Maybe we could use something like that, but yeah, the problem is that it's not... It really bends it. It breaks the bilateral symmetry. What was it then? Soft skew? That was it, yeah. I said 25. This more would be probably too much. Let's try 25. From this to this to this. I think is kind of what I was going for. The problem is up here. I don't know if I want to displace this fin back so much. Can we split the mast part? What the hell am I trying to do? Split mast. Mast. There we go. Here then, let's separate the eyes, the gems, the caudal fin, the dorsal fin, the ventral fin, and so on. Now we can, if we just move this back, I don't know if it's too smooth in the, well, we're not gonna see it from below, but I don't know if it ended up being too smooth. If we just pull this back, is it going to align? It's not, oddly enough. Should we rotate it a bit? Should we just stretch it a bit? I like deforming things in a way that's not what I intended, but guess not. That's not bad. I could correct the thing here in the back, maybe. Maybe I should have skewed this a little bit. But that should not be, that should be the straight skew, not the soft one. Cool. Now let's skew. And now I make some small adjustment here, as opposed to having to deform the entire back. Question mark? I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to subdivide. No, not dynamic. Oh. Yeah. Get rid of this kind of pixelation here. I should add a level of subdivision. I don't know if this is gonna make it kind of heavy for rendering, but worst case scenario, I can always go back to level 4. Oh, what used to be level 4, now it's just 2, because I didn't recreate the lower. What am I looking for? Let's shift this again. This has created some odd texture that I don't mind really, because it gives it an extra little something. I don't know if this fin should be longer and kind of hide this weird stitch here. This fin. Oh, these fins are still part of a guy. I should either okay, that's very long. Let's bring it back to like here. I wanted to bring it like. Why are you so difficult? Something like there. I probably should. I probably. Oh, okay. Let's save just in case to see what split to similar parts does. It might do a weird grouping of some parts. At least now the body is it's separate. Yeah, I don't know why the teeth got separated into weird pairs. I'm just gonna have to merge them together. Yes. Are those all of the teeth? Then the lip, the gums, the tongue. Oh, the kind of whiskers I should also kind of merge together. What is this? Which one is this? Oh. Yeah, these two I should merge together. And this 4 at least in pairs of 2. Is that still a pair? Okay. And that is still a pair. Is there anything else that's still orphan? What shapes do we have? Okay, that looks alright. And here I probably should separate the crystals, because they're gonna have a different material assigned to them. Okay, we are kind of going back to normal. Let's save before some bullshit happens again. Does it still have 2 levels? Okay. Sometimes after splitting some things. Okay, that's weirdly warped. Can I unwarp the tail, or maybe can I just move these fins? What can I do? To fit this better. I don't know if the weird. I'm gonna give it a different color. I don't know if this weird smooth belly is too smooth now. We're not gonna see it from that angle anyway, I think. I don't think. Let's save again now that we have grouped together all the parts and separated everything that needs to be separate. What's the time even? Okay. We have like 40 more minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna get to finish it, but I'm happier with the shapes now. I thought I was just going to leave it as it was, and oh, I should relocate this fin set after I moved everything else. They're kind of in the wrong place. What did I just do? Okay. I don't know if maybe they should be bigger. This also, the gills should be rounder. That this got deformed a little bit. Is that correct in the other side? No, I should weld. Mirror and weld. This got a bit flattened and it should be more round. There's some wonky shit here. It should be more smooth. I don't even remember what was kind of the point of this guy. I guess I just wanted to have a different environment and having Ergol diving in the water. Because everything else was too much of either the forest, the mountains, the whatever, everything was a bit too samey. And this was a bit of just a different environment. If I could. It's very stupid, but as a kind of as a meme, kind of as a joke, kind of as a real thing, I'd like to make Ergol dive in the water the same way Jar Jar Binks kind of turns in the air and dives. I don't know why, but I'd like to do that. Okay, that's very sharp. When we undo this crease and soften it a little bit, soften it more. Maybe this fin could be a bit shorter. Because here it causes some crap with the shape. The shape of the end of the tail. Maybe this was a bit shorter. And ended like there. I don't know. I don't know if I should try to manually draw some scales here with higher intensity. So it doesn't look like it ends so abruptly. But maybe not this one, maybe those two could work. And here maybe I could also add a little bit of a crease here and there. So it won't look like it's so... This big empty space here I don't like. Not quite like that, but something kind of like that. I turned off the music thing that I had before. It's more of an ambience thing. I don't know if the RAM is kind of... This scene is kind of RAM heavy. It has so many subdivisions. And maybe I could optimize it a little bit. Maybe I could try remeshing it. So it won't be so heavy both here for sculpting and later for rendering. In any case, I'm still kind of happy with this guy, happy to be doing characters again, happy to be back to Ergol. I don't know if I wasted so much time, but yeah, I couldn't really. I find that I can't really force myself to do stuff like this when I'm not in the zone. It's really counterproductive. I end up doing things that I want to redo later or that I'm never happy with. I got like weirdly discouraged at some point when I tried to do some Ergol emotes. And I didn't like them, and I thought this is never gonna work, Ergol's never gonna look good. That also turned me off for a while. But I'm happy also, and it's very unlike me in a way that, well, I haven't been too consistently enthused about this, but in general that I still care about Ergol and that I still want it to happen. It's kind of like unlike me. I tend to become saturated of things that take too long, and I'm like, I tend to abandon things like this at this point after a lot of work and after a long time. But the fact that after, I think I had, I don't even remember right now when I had the exact idea, but by 2022 I already had like an early draft of the screenplay that I lost when the freaking hard drive broke in the laptop. So it's been this long and I still want Ergol to happen, I still want to work on it. That in itself is kind of remarkable and kind of unlike me. Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's also that size and that resolution and that kind of, and also that kind of screen ratio is tricky because if I want to fit in the entire red cap, the face is gonna be too small, and it's really tricky. I'm not. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be beating myself up over that alone, but. Yeah, I remember that was the thing that was kind of disappointing and demotivating at the time. It is tricky. I ended up having only the waving Ergol that I did for the alert here, and for I ended up making the emote version as well. I think that's the only one that kind of worked.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, that one. This freaking thing came out. But yeah, I remember I was so disappointed. I felt like exactly like this is never gonna work. He's never gonna look good. I need him to talk, I need him to emote, I need him to perform, and I cannot do a fucking emote. So I was like, no, this is never gonna work. I don't know if I should have done this scale here, but it looked like a big empty area. I don't know if I should soften this or if I should inflate a little bit the same way I did with the other scales. Inflate and soften. There's also, speaking of kind of, what the hell just happened? Oh, a freaking a freaking CMD exe thing popped up, and I thought everything went blank again. I don't want to keep adding shit because I already feel like it's very long, it's very dialogue heavy, it's very exposition heavy, but I always had this idea for a human character that Ergol was going to meet at the ruins of the city, but I still don't know what it should look like for the map, let alone the actual city on the thing. But I had the idea of it making it like a young man. But I thought it could be an old woman. Or an old man. But I don't know, I want to make like this kind of traveling vagrant character, kind of a little bit inspired in Mama Fortuna from the last unicorn. Looking a bit like a mad freaking hobo. So that could be another character we can do before having to face Astrid and having to face the elk guy that I'm always very afraid to tackle, because he should look majestic and powerful and everything, and I don't know if I can make it work. I love the last unicorn. There's something about it that's just weird, but it's part of its charm. I saw it. I was a child, I think. I was spending like it was Sunday or Saturday. I was at my grandparents, and they had gone to bed for siesta, as they would. I was left alone, not knowing what to do, and I just turned on TV, and this thing was on. I didn't even know what it was, and I had such an emotional response to it. I actually freaking cried at the end. And it's not sad or anything. It's just moving. And it was one of those weird things that I randomly watched. Again, I was not planning it. It was back in the day when we didn't, especially at my grandparents, they didn't have cable, so they only had the 2 local TV stations. So there was only that to watch. And I didn't know what it was. It was just this thing that was on a Saturday or Sunday, kind of like between 2 and 5 p.m. or something. And it was one of those movies that stuck with me for a long time, but also I didn't really rewatch it until somewhat recently, because I could it was like that one time in television, and I could never find it later, like on VHS or DVD or anything. And I only reconnected with it somewhat recently, and it didn't have that great an impact. I remember how much I wept as a child watching it, and I wasn't expecting to weep, but I was expecting for it to have some kind of emotional impact on me, and it didn't so much, but I guess it's fine. That I already knew. The one thing that impacted me, I remembered it. It was the one thing that I remembered the most. The one thing that no one kind of reveal at the end. That was the one thing that made me the most emotional. I saw it coming because it's the one thing that I remembered, so it wasn't going to surprise me again. And I'm not that easily moved anymore, I suppose. But yeah, it does have some weird, creepy, scary looking things, and it's that kind of. I don't remember if I might be pulling this out of my ass, but I think that it was like one of those of this era of animations produced in America or as a co-production with Europe, but animated in Japan. So that kind of Japanese animation makes it like unhinged and weird, and I think that is the case. I might be wrong. But it is beautiful, it has a great cast, the music is catchy, the songs. There's not that many songs that are kind of... it's not a musical, it's not like the characters are singing, there's this kind of incidental songs here and there. And I'd like to bring some of that here. And I feel like a character like that could connect with Ergol, like one of those old human, a bit of an outcast human character that has also left this area and this city in the center of the towers area. But he's also kind of an outcast, and he hasn't kind of joined the human nomadic populations on the other settlements that they have. He's still some kind of a... I thought it could be like an old kind of... not necessarily a wizard, because again in this area there was only 3 wizards. One for each tower. One being Astaroth, Ergol's maker, Agatha, Astrid's mother, and Sorsha, the only one that survived, and the only one that's still at her post. And but maybe this guy could be some kind of old wizard that Ergol is kind of hoping for him to return and take either Astaroth's place or something, because Ergol doesn't feel qualified to do it himself. He doesn't feel like he's a magical... he's not a magical creature, he was created with magic. And it's like... he feels a bit like a freak, like a Frankenstein's monster, but he doesn't feel like he was made to be the successor of his maker. And there's no one else really, as everyone else has left. Astrid might probably succeed her mother, and she's kind of working on it. But Astaroth Tower is not even... hasn't even been repaired since what happened. And Ergol has moved away also, not too far away, but kind of right outside of the triangle area of the towers, to this sort of treehouse. That I don't know why. I think it used to be it's still alive, it's not a dry, dead treehouse, but it used to be like a magical tree that used to talk like this magical creatures here. But it's a really ancient one that no longer talks, it's no longer alive. Again, it's not dead as a tree, but it's not alive as the magical creature that it once was. Anyway, this is unnecessary lore that I'm probably not going to put in the actual thing. But are just weird things that I come up with. And I think that treehouse could have been the house of this person, of this old wizard-like. Yeah, it's the extended lore for the deluxe edition. But I think that this could be the rightful kind of owner of the treehouse where Ergol is now living. And maybe he was even related to Astaroth. Maybe it's some kind of uncle to Ergol. I don't know. I haven't decided that. I don't know if I'm really adding that character. I don't want to keep adding stuff. Again, he was going to be if I was going to add that scene, he was going to be like a young man that used to be friends with Ergol, but had to move away. But just a common human boy. But I think it could be more interesting as this old person that could be related to Astaroth, and it could be some kind of relative. Oh boy. I need to stretch. My god, my freaking back. At least I'm not forcing my terrible posture so much now that I came up with this for the microphone. I don't know why. I kept thinking about that, but I was not. I didn't do anything about it all this time. The microphone was just in my desk. I had to lean towards it too much, and that hurt my neck so much. And it was also forcing me to be too close to the screen. It was bad for my eyes too. So I'm glad that I did this. I feel a little bit less of a wreck right now. And again, I always had a very bad posture, and what actually hurts more is trying to stand up straight. This lazy back is already accustomed to the bad posture, and I'm more comfortable in the bad slouching kind of posture. It doesn't hurt, but suddenly it started to hurt. Suddenly everything hurt, and I think it was that. I think it was this freaking microphone and me having to lean into it too much. Okay. I don't know if I should try coloring something. I don't know if I should give this fins. I said it before. I don't know if I should give this fins some kind of streaks like this. But this is a much thinner membrane. If I do something on one side, it's going to translate to the other side. It's very hard to sort of sculpt or do anything on something this thin. Maybe we can try just some streaks. That should be parallel to the crystals. And not warp the edge so much. Maybe just a single one in the middle. Is this applying to both sides? Oh, it is. So it won't be flat completely. Can I hide the freaking body? That sounds creepy. Okay, Google, how to hide a body? It's like all those stupid people. All those stupid. There was a woman here that murdered her husband, sort of poisoned him, giving him antifreeze. And she had Googled everything. She had Googled everything, and that was like the one. How to kill a child. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. But this woman here had murdered her husband. Again, giving him antifreeze, but she had Googled everything. She had Googled if it was really lethal, if it was really going to work. It was insane. And not only that, this man that she killed. Oh no. Why did I? Oh, it's the lazy radius what I should increase. Is that what I? Yes, that's it. Not only that, it realized when they were finally sure that she had murdered the guy, they realized that the guy had a son that had died under very inexplicable circumstances years prior. So they reopened that cause because they thought maybe she killed him too. At the time they dismissed it as some kind of weird but somewhat natural cause. And it turned out that he had killed the child too. For fuck's sake, that fucking bitch. Fucking insane. And she was stupid enough again to just Google, will antifreeze kill my actual husband? Almost by name she had Googled up the exact thing that she did. It was insane. The entire country was up in arms when all of that was uncovered. Fucking crazy bitch. It's insane how evil people can be. And for nothing, I mean, obviously, what could justify murder, and especially the child and the thing, oh my god. Yeah, she pretty much not read it, but she had Googled up stuff like that so stupidly, so obviously, so blatantly, so grossly. My god. Fucking bitch. We should do this one too. Just a couple of streaks here. Okay, we should subdivide first. Another case that has the, I don't know why I'm going this direction, but since another case that had the country paralyzed for months. I think it's been like 5 months now. It's the case of this missing child that in the beginning it was just one of many, but as they started digging up, it was all so sinister. It looked like his relatives had handed him over to just be trafficked or something. But they did everything so clumsily. But it's weird how even the authorities seem to be implied. A lot of people were fired. A lot of people disappeared from the police up to very high-ranking officers. It's insane that this fucking things happen, for God's sakes. And it's been like 5 months, and the entire his entire state was looking for him. It was kind of up in the north, so we were looking for him in Paraguay. There were like some clues, and there were one of his relatives confessed that she had been forced to testify what she did testify. But it was so insane. The parents came up with this story of polished by features. The parents came up with this story of this old acquaintances of us came over to visit, and they went to pick up oranges at some nearby places that has some wild, or at least some orange trees that don't belong to anyone or something like that. And the kid went with them, and they just lost sight of him, and they just came back without him, and that was it. Like, nobody gave much of a fuck. And they reported him missing like several days after the fact. They didn't immediately do anything. It's like, who hands their child over to the supposed acquaintances and the child just go missing like it's no big deal. It was all so weird, so fucking bizarre, so sketchy. And there's still no trace of the kid. There's still no. A lot of people have been investigated. And their phone calls and their that kind of activity and that kind of thing, but everything was so weird, so sketchy since the beginning. They came up with those weird excuses for everything. Everything was like far-fetched, freaking crazy. Like no normal person would react like that. No normal person would just let their kid go with some glorified strangers that would just come back without him and it would be fine. It was like a 5-year-old child or something. It's not like an older kid that could be left to his own devices or anything. He just disappeared and they came back to the house and fucking insane. They came back without him, like I thought it was longer by now, but I think the other day was the 5th month since he disappeared. And again, the main hypothesis is that he was just trafficked, and he was handed by his family for him to be trafficked. Which is insane and gross and would confirm so many of the theories, and it would make sense in the context of all the stupid excuses and everything that they did wrong, and how even the police did nothing initially, and so fucking weird. It's insane that it might be like a big network, and it's in a way I guess it's not even surprising, but it's insane that the police is implied, or at least they're turning the blind eye. Okay, that's very intense. Let's lower that a little bit. This country is always like that. There's so many high-profile disappearances and murders and stuff like that, and we never find even a suspect. We find what we call what do we call it? Well, we find they just pin the blame on someone just to appease the public opinion, and very often it's just some poor dumbass that was in the vicinity at the time. That has nothing to do with anything, but that's all we get. Some kind of suspect that probably has nothing to do with anything. And for a while they have their life destroyed, and then it turns out that there's no real proof against them. But it's fucking insane, and it's especially bad when the power's involved. There was a very high profile. There's like a new, because it was like some anniversary of this girl that was abused and killed. And there was like a huge cover-up because it had been done by the son of some powerful asshole, some rich family. And eventually, just the pressure of the people that kept marching and they kept did something to clarify something, and the guy did go to jail and everything. It's still, I think he's still in prison with, of course, with like some kind of VIP treatment, because of course they're the rich and the powerful. But again, it was also almost a crime that went unpunished. There's also this old lady, not old lady, no, this middle-aged woman that also was killed in very weird circumstances. And they were also like upper class in the middle of the country. And there were like a million theories, including one where her own son had killed her because they were doing some kind of ritual. Because the guy, as soon as the press saw him, the guy is kind of effeminate, so they thought, they came up with this whole story where the woman was trying to turn him into a man. It got out of hand and he killed her. It's insane, the speculation, the fucking everything. There was something very sketchy because there was some kind of cover up there as well. But how they made the son even a suspect. The husband should be a suspect, but since the media and the people didn't like the son, this weird theories started popping up everywhere. It was also said that they maybe were swingers, the actual couple, and they had gone to this kind of house key parties, or whatever they're called, where everybody puts the key to their house in like a basket or something, and then whoever takes out the key goes to your house with your wife, basically, or something like that. And something like that got out of hand and she got killed. But it's insane how a case like that was very high profile. It was on everywhere. It's still completely unsolved. There's all sorts of stupid theories and no certainty of anything. The few cases that have been solved are also kind of gruesome. There was this teenage girl that had some developmental, like, I don't know what it's called. She went to school. She went to school, to a regular school. She didn't go to any special school or anything like that. But she was suddenly murdered, and there was a million suspects. It was who could have been, who could have broken in, who could have, and in the end, I don't know if they confessed or what the hell happened, but it was her own parents. Her father was a judge, for fuck's sake. And they killed her again because she was slightly... This had this maturative, this developmental thing, and they had killed her for that. Her parents, her fucking father being a judge of... Not the Supreme Court, but the High Court of their state. It's fucking crazy, fucking gross. And then there's this other lady. I don't know why I keep going through every year Argentinian unsolved crimes. But there was this other lady that supposedly slipped in her bathtub and died. Case closed. It was an accident. She slipped and died. Turned out she had 5 bullets in the back of her neck, the back of her head. They had closed the bullet holes together with glue. They had thrown the shells like down the freaking instead of disposing of them in a better way, they had disposed of the shell cases in they had just thrown it in the fucking toilet and flushed them. And The entire family covered the whole thing up, but they are still not, even today. The husband was in jail for years and then he was released. I don't even know why. He's kind of like the O.J. Simpson of here because nobody thinks he's innocent. Certainly they are not innocent of the cover-up. They might have not killed her, but they did cover up the whole thing. And she was a lady that was like into politics, but she mostly had like a big kind of charity. She wasn't like a very heavy like candidate to anything, or she didn't have like a big position anywhere. She wasn't like an elected officer anywhere. She was just a charitable person that had this huge charity. And today we don't know who killed her. The husband is free. A lot of other relatives that were her stepbrother, I think is still in jail. But we're still not sure who actually killed her. It was very sketchy what the family did, covering the whole thing up, but it's still not proven who killed her. It's insane. It's all fucking sick, except of this missing boy that went missing 5 months ago. There are like documentaries and Netflix shows about every single one of these. But this country's insane. We never... Some comedian a long time ago said if Agatha Christie had been born here, she would have put up a bakery or something, because she would have never... It would have never occurred to her that any perpetrator of anything would be brought to justice. In this country, it would have never occurred to her that a mystery would be solved. And it truly is like that. This very high profile cases just go unsolved, especially if there's powerful people involved. But it's insane. It's like nothing ever is solved. No, we never have anything more than some circumstantial suspects, but nothing. It's insane, this fucking country. Anyway, I've not been paying attention to the clock, and it is quitting time. I thought I was going to finish this guy today, but I guess I ended up doing some details I wasn't planning necessarily, but I think I've improved him quite a bit. I don't know. So Monday we'll probably keep working on him. Let's take a screenshot. Sorry about this weird true crime tangent. Where am I? Let's take a screenshot. Without the chat, let's enable chat again. So this is it for today, I guess. Monday probably we will finish him. We will just start poly painting, giving him some color, some textures. Yeah, it's kind of unlike me, but these are some of the major cases, unsolved cases in our somewhat recent history. Oh, I should, here in the belly, I should do also the thingy here around the crystals. I forgot about that. That's why it looks so weirdly extra smooth. Yeah. I should keep that mask just for the sake of working on this area a little bit more. Oh, Millet, my god. And he was just yesterday or today or something, he went to suck Trump's dick and Elon's, and oh my god, the worst people together in the same room. And Trump saying he is Millet is a MAGA president, because make Argentina great again. It's also MAGA. and congratulating him for what he's doing here. And he's destroying everything, he's defunding everything, which might be necessary and might be something that I could even agree with. Not in this country, not right now. He's defunding everything. He has pushed inflation alone, and this has increased the cost of everything so much. He's pushed people into poverty. And I don't know if there's going to be like any kind of recovery of the purchase power of people in this generation. Maybe a lot of things were necessary, but he just doesn't give a shit about people. But well, that's another tangent I don't want to go on. But okay. But there he was, sucking Elon's and Donald's dick yesterday, or whenever it was. And he always brags about so many, how good he is as an economist or anything. He's never published even a paper. He's not known, he hasn't held a job since he graduated. What the fuck is that about? And he goes to Mar-a-Lago and gives a speech in Spanish because he's even monolingual, for fuck's sake. He's not smart. He's like Trump. Is what the dumb person thinks a smart guy is, what the loser thinks a winner is. Whoever said that about Trump is exactly what you could say about Milei. Anyway. True crime is less controversial, probably. I kind of like the way he looks. I don't like the warped scales up here. But probably we're not gonna see too many angles of him. Just the front, the side. Kinda like him. I don't know. Anyway, we should finish this guy on Monday. Thank you, Defi. Thank you, Goose. Thank you, the new followers. Thank you, Bengo Bacon. I think you're the one that's still around. Thank you, Pokemon. I can see you lurking. I shouldn't acknowledge. It's bad etiquette to talk to lurkers, but I see you lurking and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Defi. Thank you, Goose. Thank you, everyone, again. Thank you to new followers. I don't know where you guys came from. I got like 3 new followers in a row. But well, here we are. See you guys on Discord. See you. I guess I won't be seeing you at Phil's on Sunday because he won't be back until the other Sunday, the 24th, I think he said, and then he'd be gone again. So I don't know if I might stream on Sunday myself, or maybe I can't promise anything, but I don't know if maybe we can chip in since we're gonna be orphaned from Phil. Maybe we could hang out here. I don't know. I'll let you know in the Discord, or I'll maybe ask in the Discord if anybody's interested in a Sunday stream. Maybe we can play some games, maybe we can play more Wheel of Fortune or Family Feud, indeed. So yeah, see you on Discord, I guess. Thank you again. Thank you, Defi. See you certainly on Monday and maybe on the weekend. See you next time. I need to make a different end of the stream screen for the art streams, but well, all we have is the generic one with the Star Wars thing. Thank you, and see you next time.